Alright, hey guys, Jamie here, and in this video I want to review kind of two products that I just recently bought. Both are from this Elegoo company off of Amazon, and it's the most complete starter kit for the Uno R3, and then a 37 sensor kit, version 2. So I think I paid like $38 for the sensor kit and like $56 for the R3 starter kit. So I'm going to open it up and I'm going to show you all the products that are inside and try to see what I got all with this project. So it's almost nearly $100, because if this was 56, this was 38, so it's going to be nearly $100. All right, so here we go. We're going to start with the starter kit. All right, so right off the bat, you can see they've got a card on the back of the thing that basically shows you what all the devices are. So we'll be referring to this as we go through the box to see what's what. It's a little thank you card, a CD or a DVD that's says PDF, code, and libraries on it. So this is nice. You don't have to keep going online and downloading the stuff, although you're probably going to want to get the latest code and libraries anyway, but at least they give you a little head start. Alright, so we're just going to go right into it. As with all the kits, you're going to get a bunch of different pin cables. These are male, different lengths, male pin cables. These are pin cables that are male to female. These are coming in pretty handy. And the USB cable, like, you know. And this is a battery adapter, so you can supply power to the Arduino. All right, same container. We've got a stepper motor for some stepper projects. And this thing is a temperature and humidity sensor. Hopefully this is focusing right. So that's a temperature and humidity sensor. Do some cool projects with that. I'm going to guess that some of these things in this package are also going to be in the sensor kit. Hopefully I didn't waste money on the sensor kit, and I've got some new stuff in here. All right, so we'll move to the left. This is a water sensor. Water sensor, so that's kind of cool. A remote control. So this is a water sensor. And this is a display, a 1602A. So this is going to be a multi-display. I'm going to leave that in there. I'm going to put this back. All right, the next container we have a servo. So some servo projects. That's going to be cool. And next we have a 9-volt battery. So that's nice. You can kind of get started right away. This next container has a joystick in it. And this is one that has all the different directions of movement and as well as a button. So that'll be cool to make some projects with. Put that in there. This guy is an ultrasonic range detector. Probably seen these a lot. I used this on the Monster My Box project. Okay, next we have this has 4 LEDs and it's got the same connector. It's got 4 LEDs and it's got the same connector as the stepper motor. So this is going to be a stepper driver, is my guess. Yeah, ULN 2003 stepper motor driver. I'm actually going to keep that with the stepper motor. This is let's look on the sheet here. It doesn't really say. It is a GY521 module. And so we don't know what that is yet, but we will find out. Okay, we've got some fan blades. So my guess is going to be a little motor in here. So next we have, this is probably some kind of RFID thing. It's got a keychain with an RFID chip on it. And then it's got a circuit board that says RFID RC522. So this is for some RFID stuff, very cool. A bin full of LEDs, capacitors, transistors, buttons, some chips. My guess is those chips are going to be some standard chips that you need to build projects with. Some different variable resistors. Okay, this next one we have, okay, so this looks like it's a variable resistor, but it's got a breakout board that says clock DTSW plus and ground. So that is going to be something more special. Rotary encoder. So this top one here is a rotary encoder module. That's pretty cool. And then next to that is, you've probably seen these kind of things before. This is a infrared receiver. So this has an infrared receiver, it goes with this remote control. All right, that's cool. Cool projects there. This one has the PIR sensor. All right, probably seen a bunch of those times. Detect motion. And the next one, we have a 8 segment LED, a little relays, and then a quad 8 section LED. So that's gonna be cool. This will come in handy. I've got a project in mind that this might work for. All right, next we have a little DC motor. Make a little fan out of that. And then next, this is, looks like it's got a battery on it. So this is the RTC. So this is some kind of clock. Got a battery on it and it says RTC. So it's some kind of clock. This guy, it's got a little like microphone thing on it. This is a sound sensor module. So it maybe detect breaking glass or some loud noise. Sound sensor module. This back in here. All right, so this is a power supply. So this is a power supply. Plug in here. It's got a little button. It's got USB. So it looks like it's 5 volt or 3.3 volt. So this is going to convert for all your projects depending on what voltage they need. That's really handy. This is a Max 7219 module. So it's an 8x8 LED display. Kind of cool. Stuff that in there. Wall wart, probably for the power supply that we just put over here. Sure, this says 12 volts in, and this (9 volts out. So this takes 12 volts. This is 9 volts. I guess it'll probably work. I've got a ton of these wall warts, so I'll probably just swap it out with a 12 volt one. All right, we have next a keypad, which would be cool for some projects. This is some kind of breakout breadboard. So this breadboard's loose on there. So my guess is you gotta solder it. Let's see here. Let's take a look at this guy. Yeah, so this is actually a breadboard just by itself. So this has nothing to do with it. And this is a breakout board for the Arduino Uno that you can solder a circuit onto, basically build your whole project on this. That's cool. We'll keep it in the package. A ton of resistors. You never have too many resistors, I guess. Resistors. This will be the Uno R3. Can't have a Uno R3 starter project without an Uno R3. And this looks like it's the Elegoo version of it, which is fine with me. And then lastly, for this box, we have another solderless breadboard, which again, you can never have too many of these when you're making up a bunch of things. You put your components on it. All right, so that is it for the starter kit. That's all the stuff that's in it. I think it's well worth the $56 that I paid. I think some of these things, if you bought them all separately, you're talking $5-6 a piece for some of this stuff. And so to have it all packaged in one package for you, I think is a good deal. And so I think it's a good buy. All right, so I'm just going to set this aside. Actually, I'll just set this stuff here, and we'll get right on to the next one. I'm going to put this here. All right, so we're going to set this aside, and we're going to go to the sensor kit. So this is the 37 sensor kit from Elegoo. So actually, this one opens up. It's a smaller case, but it still opens up, and it's got everything. And so we can see it's got another keypad, which is cool. Another thank you card, which I don't care. This has 2 trays. So we pull this tray out. It's got another CD. So I see a lot of the same components. The joystick. So I'll have 2 joysticks, which is fine because maybe I'll make something that has joysticks. Still a lot of resistors. Another water sensor and another display. Okay, so a lot of that so far is the same. Another power supply, which is actually okay because I remember playing with these before, and I've fried a few of these. So it can't hurt to have extra of these anyway. Another PIR sensor. Right. A PIR sensor. Another ultrasonic range finder. Okay. This looks like, this is interesting. So this has a little glass piece right here. It's a little glass piece, and according to the sheet, that's a magnetic spring. So I don't know what I would use that for yet, but I'm going to find out because that looks very cool. Next over we have a relay board. This one's actually got the relay and it's connected to some pins and it's got some components already on it. So that's nice. The other box, they just gave it a relay. And you'd have to make your own little thing like this, little relay board. This is another digital encoder. And so you can see the difference between this and a regular variable resistor is this thing just continues to turn. So this is going to generate pulses for you. So you put a little knob on there and generate pulses. You could drive the stepper with this, right? So that'd probably be a good stepper project. All right, next we have this guy. This thing here will detect flame. So this is a flame or fire detector. All right, that's very cool. You make something cool with that. Maybe some kind of, hey, you forgot to blow the candle out project. Okay. And next has a small digital temperature. So this little guy, and move to focus, will detect temperature. So I don't know if that will detect heat. Maybe it'll report the temperature, that would be nice. So, digital temperature. Okay. Another RTC, which I'm assuming means real-time clock. It's got a battery on it, so it's going to be a little clock thing. The joystick, which we've already looked at, but the joystick goes on there, and you can move it any direction you want. All right, so that is the bottom of the box. On the top of the box, we have lots of different things. These are two different kinds of buzzers, as you can see them. One's active, one's passive. So a couple of buzzers. We'll go this way. This is I think it's just a button. Just a little button. So let's see if it says anything. Button. Nope, it's just a button. This thing, okay, that's a laser for sure. That is a little laser emitter. I don't know if it's actually visible or not, but that's very cool. Laser emitter. You're gonna have to play with that for sure. We're going to the right. This looks like a LED, but it's probably, let's see. Yeah, so this is, it says it's 7-color flash. So I don't know what that means, but that's some kind of special LED. This thing says that it's a photo resistor. So it's going to change the output based on the light that it's receiving, right? Photo resistor. Next one over, this looks like some kind of transistor. So now this thing says that it's a linear Hall. I don't know what a linear Hall is, but again, once I dig into all these little projects, we're going to find out, right? Next one. So we're looking This one is the Metal Touch. Metal Touch sensor. So I'm guessing if metal touches this, it'll give off some reading. Interesting. All right, we're gonna go up now. This is got a small little speaker, and it'll detect small sounds. Right next to that is one of the bigger speaker. It'll detect bigger sounds. Okay, this guy. This says tracking. Really wish my camera would focus on what I'm holding up here. So this says tracking. I don't even know what that is going to be, but it's got like a little blue LED, a little black LED. So it tracks something. We're going to find out. Next to that is an infrared emission. Infrared emission. So it's like your remote control. So it's probably like some kind of data. And then this one is the IR receiver, which we've seen already. In the other box, we had an IR receiver as well. So you can probably set up this to transmit data to this from across the room. Top secret type stuff. This looks like a big capacitor. Now, it's got like a really thin wire. First, when I look at it here, it looks like it's like broke, but I'm gonna guess that that dinky little wire means something. So we are looking at shock detector. Interesting. So this has one thick wire going to what looks like a capacitor, and then one super thin wire that you probably can't even see, but it's some kind of shock detector. Just gonna be careful with this one. And this one is a tilt switch. Tilt switch. Focuses on it, maybe one sometime today. There we go. Tilt switch. That's interesting. And the next one we have the temperature and humidity sensor that we've seen in the other box. And then again, another one of these that I don't know what it is, but we had this in the other box as well. So I'm not sure what that is. It says ITG/MPU. So we'll find out. All right, next. This says, all right, so next this says it's a photo interrupter. So I'm not exactly sure what that means. This says tap module. Tap module. So I'm gonna have to look up all of these things and figure out good little projects to use. But that's one of my goals, is to start making some little projects with all this stuff. All right, next over we have SMD RGB. Okay, so I've got a ton of these kind of LEDs that are the multicolored. These are the magic lights. So that's cool. You can make some cool little magic light projects. And this just says RGB LED, so this is the same kind of thing, but it's in a standard LED package. RGB, so this is going to be 3 different colors. Next, oops, dropped it. So this one's 2-color, probably red and green. I'm just guessing. There we go, a little 2-color LED. This thing says 18B20 temp. 18B20 temp. So I'm guessing there's some kind of temperature. Temp? Looks like a transistor. We'll look it up. Next, this big boy says avoidance. So it's got IR receiver and an infrared transmitter or emitter. So this emits this, and so this will probably kind of like your robot rolls up on something and stops before it actually hits it. So that's what this is going to be. Still kind of cool if you're building robots. And that is it for the top section. So this was the Elegoo. Oh, something's sticking out. That's the joystick. Elegoo 37 sensor kit. All right, so some of those were, as you saw, duplicates of the other case that I got. So there's quite a bit of overlap between the two boxes. Now they didn't say that there wouldn't be overlap. I just kind of assumed that the sensor kit would have some extra stuff that the other kit didn't have, and it did have quite a bit of extra stuff. There's probably maybe 10 or 12 things that were in both boxes. Some things I probably won't use, some things I was glad there was more than one of. So, all right, so that is it. Like I said, this is the Elegoo Uno R3 starter kit and the 37 sensor kit. Got these off Amazon. I'll put a link in the description. This one's $56. This one was $38 or so. And that's it. Now you know exactly what's in there. I don't know what anything does, but you know what's in there. All right, and that's it. And thanks for watching.